You're so gloomy, we don't need you.
My boss, a woman who knew nothing and didn't care to learn, belittled me. I sighed at her smirking face. Well, then I quit. I said so and left the company. Months later, I ran into that terrible woman again.
Did you ever find a company that would pick up a useless person like you?
Her face was mocking me. Yes, incidentally, your major client. She was dumbfounded by my words. But as she understood, her face turned pale. My name is John Smith. I'm a salesman in a food and beverage company, over 40 years old. Sales, but in a way, it's unusual. I am in sales, but I don't do outside visits. I just work on the computer at a desk by the window.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, David.
John, we're going out for drinks after work today. Would you like to join us?
Thank you for the invite. I'm sorry, I have other plans.
Got it.
I didn't communicate much with other employees and spent most of my time facing the computer. Everyone else was younger. That's partly why I didn't fit in with their conversations.
John always dresses so neatly.
Right. His clothes are always ironed perfectly, and his shirts are crisp.
And he smells good too.
It's not perfume, maybe it's fabric softener?
I wonder what fabric softener he uses.
I've caught them glancing my way and chatting a few times, but never asked what they were talking about, just kept to my work. Time to clock out already. Good work today.
Yes, good work today.
John always leaves right on time, so we always know when it's time to go.
In a way, he's like an alarm clock for us.
I left work on time every day. Sometimes I had places to go after work, and sometimes I went straight home.
If you like, would you join our company?
Yes, thank you. I'd love to. I joined this company about 3 years ago. Previously, I was at a different beverage company, but I was approached and joined this one. Originally, I never stayed long at one company, moving through various beverage-related firms.
John, how have things been since then?
Fine, no major issues. All is going smoothly for now.
That's good to hear. We have high hopes for your work.
Thank you. It was a company executive who had approached me. He had heard about me and reached out. It seems this company often reaches out externally as well.
Well, John, do you have a moment?
Sure, I'm available.
I wanted to ask you about sales strategies.
If it's something I know, I'll send you the information you need.
Thank you.
I'll email you later. I'd like to learn more about Company D and some other things.
Yes, understood.
John, you're as usual.
Yeah, well. Thomas approached me as the younger colleagues were talking to me. Thomas Miller is the only colleague of my age in sales, and the person who brought me to this company.
That's right. Thanks for the help with that matter. I'll be counting on you again.
Got it.
Also, the client wants to go out for drinks next time.
Understood. We have known each other before joining this company and can communicate with minimal conversation. As the sole senior employee, he takes care of various things. Thomas, being attentive and single, is quite popular. Let's keep up the good work for today. A peaceful sales department without any particular troubles.
Nice to meet you. I am Carol Brown, and I will be joining as the department head from today.
Then, she was transferred here. Carol came from a larger affiliated company.
It seems she comes from a bigger company than ours.
Is that so? A matter of power, maybe.
Who knows? Well, she's our boss now, so hopefully, we can work well together. I sighed internally while looking at Carol. She appeared quite flashy, wearing bright red clothes that didn't seem suitable for work. Her makeup was thick, and a strong perfume scent wafted to my desk.
Listen to what I say. I am in a higher position than you.
Her attitude was confident and assertive. Honestly, the thought of her being the boss made me worried.
Hey, who did this document?
Yes, that was me.
Redo this document, and the client you're handling will now be my responsibility.
Well, am I changing this now? And what's the issue with this document?
Figure it out yourself. Look here, it's easier to read this way.
But at our company, we usually...
Just do as I say.
She insisted on everyone in the sales department following her lead because she came from a large corporation.
She's really the worst. She's all friendly with the young men and Thomas, but she's tough on us women.
I'm just trying to avoid getting on her target.
It's tough, but let's support each other and get through this. Everyone was reluctantly obeying to avoid unnecessary trouble.
Sigh.
What's wrong?
It's about Carol, our manager.
On a rare day off, Thomas invited me for drinks. Then he let out a sigh as if he was in real trouble.
Carol has been really on my case lately. Every day she's asking me out.
I see, I get it. It seemed she often invited him out. She asked him to go out for a drink or a meal. Thomas looks young, so Carol doesn't seem to mind the age gap. He's not good with romantic relationships and has his own reasons for being single. So being pursued like this was a significant burden for him.
When I talk to female colleagues, Carol gets scolded at them.
That's troublesome.
Exactly.
It appeared Thomas was also struggling with Carol's presence. Thomas sighed wearily. The upper management isn't reliable either.
Yeah, I tried consulting them once, and they were just so-so about it. It's problematic for me.
The whole atmosphere of the sales department has changed. Who knows what will happen next? Just as expected, the sales department's atmosphere changed from peaceful to tense. Everyone was trying not to get on Carol's target.
Hey, you.
Yes,
Don't just stick to your PC, go out and work.
I am working, though.
I've told you to go outside to visit your clients. Since I've been here, I haven't seen you go out even once, and yet you're always dressed up.
That's when I got targeted by Carol. She glanced at my PC, apparently not understanding what I was doing.
You're not doing any work, are you?
I am doing my job. She thought I was slacking off.
Besides, you hardly talk to anyone in the office. You always only say hello to your colleagues.
Everyone is busy. I avoided disturbing the busy sales colleagues, communicating through email and chat instead. That's how I also heard about her rumors and complaints.
Really, you're so gloomy.
Is that so?
You're in sales but glued to your PC, not going out for field work, not interacting with other staff, dressing up in mismatched clothes, and you always leave on time. Are you taking your job lightly?
Carol seemed to really dislike me, constantly picking on me and making snide remarks.
John, are you okay? Carol was giving you a hard time today, right?
I'm fine.
She's focused on you right now, so it's been easier for us. Let us know if you need anything.
We're here to help you.
Thank you, everyone. The sales staff noticed this and showed their concern. They often intervened, saying things like, "There's work to do," or "A customer is here," to pull her away. Aside from Carol, I had good relationships with others.
What's with that manager?
She complains about John leaving on time, but she leaves early too.
It's true. I saw her at a bar the other day.
Me too. She was drinking a lot.
How much does she pay for drinks?
Apparently, she was drinking with business partners, and it's being paid for with company expenses.
Well, really?
More and more, the talk about her was not about her work skills, but rather unpleasant rumors.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, and if her bothering me gives you a chance to work, then it's okay.
I'm really sorry. If something happens, I'll help out. And
What's up?
you've been through a lot of job changes, haven't you? If you ever move on, could you let me know?
I've got it. With my nod, Thomas said thank you and left. Unlike me, Thomas has always been the type to stay in one place, but it seems this situation has made him think. A few months after Carol's arrival, trouble happened. Sales department expenses had increased, leading to orders for cost-cutting.
Why have the expenses gone up? Now we're told to cut costs. It's ridiculous.
Carol complained, but the rise in expenses was her fault. Her excessive use of entertainment expenses was causing the increase. Everyone knew she was frequently out drinking.
I don't want to cut back on entertainment expenses. If they're cut, I won't be able to drink enough. It's your fault, John.
Why me?
You're not working. Having you here is a waste of expenses and salary. You're stealing company money.
I was being unfairly accused. I was just doing the job I was assigned. She didn't understand it, but I believed my work was important.
To cut costs, I'll start by cutting you.
What a mess.
You're so gloomy. We don't need you. Pack up your things and get out of the company.
Is that an order from the boss?
Yes, you're fired.
She said this with a smirk, and I just sighed. Then, I quit.
Don't ever come back to this office. Eliminating an incompetent employee will save us money.
Without much resistance, I packed my things and left the company.
Are you really quitting? Why so suddenly?
Carol said I was fired.
Carol? Well, if she said so, maybe there's no other way.
Even the executives couldn't stop Carol's rampage. Given her connections to a larger company, it seemed inevitable. Even the executives can't argue with her. That day, I resigned and left the company.
John, please come back to our company.
We need you here.
We'll talk to the manager.
When I checked my phone, there were numerous messages, all essentially begging me to come back. But I had been fired, and there was nothing I could do about it.
If you're not here, I don't know how to proceed with our business strategy.
A female colleague said this tearfully over the phone. I appreciate everyone's words, but I've been let go.
Don't say that.
As much as I felt for my trusting colleagues, I already had my sights set on another company. So I kept my decision and said goodbye to my colleagues. Well then.
John, are you okay?
Jess, actually, I was about to contact you. After reaching out to a certain company, I immediately got a call from Thomas. He had been out on sales visits and was unaware of the recent events.
I heard from everyone. Are you really quitting?
Jay, that's right.
Do you have the next company lined up?
Yes, fortunately.
John, we've known each other since the previous job, but I have a favor to ask.
I know. I've already talked about you, Thomas.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I got it. A few months after leaving that company. It's about time. I was at a high-end restaurant for a business meeting. Honestly, the person I was meeting today was a bit complicated for me. And as I waited at the entrance,
Wait, aren't you?
long time no see, Carol Brown appeared. Seeing me, Carol smirked.
Oh look, it's the gloomy window seat guy.
She spoke in a condescending tone, still smirking.
What are you doing here? Surely not eating, right? You couldn't possibly afford a meal here, could you?
She mocked further.
Did you ever find a company that would pick up a useless person like you?
She continued to belittle me, obviously unaware of my situation. Well, actually,
It can't be anything important, right?
I tried to explain, but Carol wouldn't listen. Continuing with her mocking laughter, she ranted on.
What would a useless non-worker like you want at such a high-end restaurant? Are you part of the cleaning staff? It's just like you, trying to look cool. It doesn't suit you at all.
I'm not part of the cleaning staff. I'm here for work today.
Work, huh? That's a word for people who actually work hard, like me. Not for incompetents like you. Today, I came here as a sales manager for a business meeting. Not like you, who just sits at a computer.
She was really talking a lot.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
As I grew tired of her endless chatter, I was approached. I've been waiting for you, Director Robert. It was Robert, the director from the major restaurant chain Bloom Dining. As I shook hands with Robert, Carol suddenly bowed her head.
Director Robert, thank you very much for your precious time today.
Seeing that it was Director Robert, Carol quickly started to butter him up, showing just how important the business meeting was to her company.
Hi, Carol. Looking forward to working together. But really, if both of you had arrived earlier, you could have waited inside.
Robert said to me with a friendly smile.
What? John is involved in this business?
Carol looked bewildered.
No way, such a gloomy guy.
She muttered under her breath, clearly flustered.
Shall we go inside then?
Yes.
Yes, let's.
Prompted by Robert, we proceeded into the restaurant. We were then guided to a private room.
What's going on here?
You don't have to rush, you'll understand soon. I whispered back to Carol, making sure Robert didn't hear. Once inside the private room and the attendant had left, I prepared my business card. It was time to clarify the earlier question. Here is my business card.
What, really?
Carol's eyes widened as she looked at the card. It says John Murphy, head of Bloom Food Research Department. You asked earlier if there was a place that would pick me up. Well, I was picked up by your major client. I said with a smile, and Carol's face turned increasingly pale. After leaving that company, I had contacted Robert. I had been acquainted with Robert for a while and had previously received an invitation from him.
I'm glad you joined us, John.
Thank you. I look forward to working with you.
The pleasure is ours. We're grateful to have someone of your reputed talents join us. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, I will do my best for the company. Thus, I joined Bloom Dining and took on the responsibilities entrusted to me, just like at the previous company. My work was recognized, leading to a smooth promotion to my current position as the head of the department.
Is that really possible?
Is something the matter?
No, it's nothing.
Carol shook her head with a pale face. She couldn't believe that I, whom she had deemed incompetent and fired, had become the head of a department in a major corporation.
It can't be right. You were the incompetent, gloomy one.
Carol was dumbfounded.
What am I supposed to do now?
The reality that her business negotiation partner was someone she had ridiculed and treated poorly, and the fact that her company was in a weaker position, seemed to overwhelm her. It was a complete reversal of our previous situation when she had fired me. Now it was time to see her skills in business.
Well.
How are things going regarding this matter?
Well.
Carol seemed unable to deliver her usual eloquent sales pitch. Glancing at me frequently, still shocked by the earlier revelation. Eventually, she left the meeting in disarray.
Did you know Carol? She seemed quite concerned about you.
Robert asked after we saw her off. Actually, she's the one who fired me from my previous job, calling me a gloomy incompetent.
Really?
I then shared the whole story of my previous job with Robert.
What a rude person she is.
Robert was indignant, as if it was a personal affront.
Regarding this deal, I don't want to deal with such a disrespectful person in the future. Let's get someone else to handle it.
Yes, let's proceed with the negotiations once the representative is changed.
All right. I'll make sure to communicate that.
Robert and I decided to request a change of representative from the previous company. Given our company's stronger position, it was likely that Carol would face some repercussions.
John, you've got to hear this.
Later on, a former colleague filled me in about Carol. At her company, the executives confronted her, saying, "What do you mean by changing the person in charge as a manager?" It turns out the sales staff, who had been enduring her tyranny, reported her past misdeeds to the executives, including the incident where she fired me. They told her, "We have refrained from reprimanding you because you're on secondment from an affiliate company, but this time, we will have to report back to your parent company."
The look on Carol's face was ashen.
Is that so? Thanks for letting me know.
Not at all. I owe you, John.
The former colleague was smiling, relieved at the turn of events. Some time later, I got a call from the executives of my former company.
John, would you consider coming back to us?
They were reconsidering my employment. Apparently, the work I did in the sales department was reevaluated. After I left, there was a noticeable decline in the department's performance, prompting an investigation. I had been researching long-term business strategies for clients, staying up to date with recent trends, and explaining these in a comprehensible manner to the sales team. I also advised on sales strategies, which was why I was always at my PC. Besides, I was checking the financial status of every single one of our business partners. And I controlled the accounts receivable to make sure they didn't become bad debts. After hours, I would meet with representatives from current and potential clients to gather information over drinks. I was uncovering hidden needs in other companies and providing feedback to the sales team. That's what I dressed well after work, and it made transitioning to major corporations easier.
You really did significant work. You're an elite being headhunted from everywhere, aren't you?
Not really, but I do get to see various companies, thanks to that.
How about this? We can offer you more than double your previous salary.
double my previous salary would be a substantial amount. But I'm sorry, I can't trust a company that tolerated her behavior to such an extent, and I'm happy with my current job. With that, I ignored their plea to reconsider and declined the offer to return.
I heard about our manager came for a negotiation.
For us, Robert is our director now.
Oh, my apologies.
Thomas was the first to approach me with this news. When I was fired, Thomas decided to switch to Bloom Dining and joined the sales team after me. He had been with the previous company for many years but had enough of dealing with Carol. He thought about moving to another company like I did if it meant the company's image was preserved over justice. Then I got fired, and that became the trigger for him to join Bloom Dining. Interestingly, Robert, upon hearing from me, was ready to hire Thomas on the spot, but the earnest Thomas went through a formal interview to join our team. Originally a talented salesman, Thomas now excels at Bloom Dining too.
John, please listen.
Well, calm down, Zoe. A female employee from my former department contacted me. The one who cried when she learned I had left. She still seems to admire me.
I've been assigned the research tasks you used to handle. Can you teach me?
Really? Taking over the tasks of a company I left is.
Please. I really want to improve our sales.
Despite my hesitation, I was moved by Zoe's earnestness and decided to teach her. So, this is how.
I see, so that's how it works.
Our relationship resembled that of a teacher and student due to our age difference.
We're really like teacher and student.
Yes, it would be something like this if I had a student.
Thank you, Professor.
Teach me too, Professor.
Please don't call me it, Luke. When we met occasionally for lessons, another former colleague, Luke, wanted to join, eager to learn my sales techniques. I thought, with these two guys, that company will be okay. I was relieved to see them positively trying to learn, just like I did in the past. They could form a great team, reminiscent of Thomas and me in the past. Carol ended up returning to her original company as a regular employee. However, her lavish lifestyle and fondness for drinking couldn't be sustained on her regular salary, leading her to secretly work at nightclubs. Yet, moonlighting was prohibited by her company. And once discovered, she was fired. Now, struggling to attract clients due to her haughty nature, she isn't earning much, a sort of poetic justice. In a way, it's cause and effect.
I saw her looking ragged in the downtown recently.
Well, she caused a lot of trouble for others, so now it's her turn to struggle.
That's right.
Carol, who had fired me, now faced her own set of hardships. She would not have thought of it then. She once contacted me, using the business card I had given her.
Well, could you hire me at Bloom Dining?
That's impossible.
Well, at least contact Thomas.
She contacted me too many times and was noisy, so I pushed her response to Thomas. I'm sorry, but I'm not even interested in people like you, and clearly I hate you. Please don't contact me or my benefactor in the future. To be honest, I don't want to hear your voice again. Thomas clearly refused. She apparently tried to contact Thomas after that, but Thomas himself contacted his lawyer. She was placed on a restraining order so she could no longer approach him. Being popular can be troublesome.
I never wanted this popularity.
Thomas and I had worked together at one of the companies during my job hopping days. He had been engaged, but remained single after his fiancée died in a car accident. Since then, he understood the nature of my work and began relying on me. Now, he's thriving as a skilled senior in sales. Meanwhile, I'm grateful to be able to utilize my skills at Bloom Dining, conducting research with a more generous budget than before at my previous company. Thanks to my efforts, Bloom Dining's default rate dramatically decreased, and we were able to grasp our clients' needs in more detail, leading to increased contract rates.
It was definitely the right decision to headhunt you. You made a significant difference.
I'm glad to be of service to the company.
Everyone praised you. They said contracts became much easier to secure because you identified the needs so precisely.
That's good to hear. I just did what I could.
I'm really glad you joined our company.
Meanwhile, back at my former company, I heard that Zoe had taken over my research tasks and was doing splendidly, as Luke informed me.
Her research skills are second only to yours, John.
Is that so? She did absorb everything quickly when I taught her.
I can't be outdone by her.
Luke chuckled, seemingly energized by the competition. It appears that they have become good motivators for each other, and research efforts helped stabilize the sales department.
Zoe is a disciple of John's. Her methods are just like yours.
And you, Thomas, you've been teaching Luke, right?
That's true.
While I was teaching Zoe, Thomas also provided advice to Luke whenever possible. Looks like it's time for a generational shift, huh?
Maybe, but since we're at different companies, we'll remain rivals for a while longer.
Indeed, can't afford to lose. Flashy jobs are easily recognized from the outside, but the unseen, supportive roles are vital for an organization's growth. While some in sales secure numerous contracts, it's the administrative staff behind the scenes providing support. Cleaners keep the office and common areas tidy, contributing to the overall function. An organization can grow because it has employees fulfilling various roles. It's often unclear who is doing what and how they contribute to the work. However, it's important to approach each role without prejudice and strive to understand the contribution of each member. Especially those in leadership positions should never forget this.
I've poached a young, highly educated person, so you're no longer needed.
A new department director who told me and laughed at me. I've worked hard for this company for 10 years. Am I being fired because I don't have a high degree?
Understood. If he's getting fired, I'll take him under my wing.
When I was in the midst of my disappointment, my business partner told me so. And then she took me to the place and someone showed up.
Long time no see, naughty boy.
I'm Kenny. I was a high school graduate and worked for a company. The reason I chose to be a high school graduate was related to a certain person.
Kenny is kinda cocky.
What did you say?
Yay, it's just not fun with Kenny around.
Back in high school, I had some trouble in my club activities, which made it hard to attend school for a while. Moreover, at that time, I didn't have anything I wanted to become. So I didn't have a university I wanted to attend, and I often argued with my parents about it.
You're our child. You should aim for a prestigious university.
What's the point of going to a prestigious university?
Just do as I say.
Living like that, I got fed up with everything. Feeling out of place both at school and home, I went to the school's rooftop to blow off some steam. What?
Who could that be?
There was already someone there.
Huh, can't you Kenny, the troublemaker?
The person already there was the English teacher, Mrs. Nancy Smith. She looked surprised for a moment at my appearance, but then burst into laughter. I was taken aback by her presence, but her smile made me relax.
You haven't submitted your career preferences, got into trouble in the club activities, and now you're on the off-limits rooftop.
You're on the off-limits rooftop as well, aren't you?
I'm allowed because I'm a teacher. Besides, I wanted to see the sky. The staff room feels suffocating.
I retorted to the teacher, and that was her response. Then, we had some light-hearted conversation, suggestions for the next lesson, stuff about club activities, talks that had nothing to do with me, and gradually, I felt more at ease.
By the way, what do you want to do in the future?
At that question from her, I couldn't answer anything. What is my dream for the future? I'm struggling because I don't know.
I think I'd be better in sales or something rather than teaching.
Leaving me aside, Mrs. Smith started talking.
Look, if you don't have something you want to do, why not just get a job or start a business? You don't seem like someone who'd work well under others. You'd be suited for entrepreneurship.
What a reckless thing to say. Yet, it was enough to clear the cloudiness in my heart. My parents tell me to study and become a public officer, and my homeroom teacher says I'll end up a foolish adult if I don't go to university. But I could take Mrs. Smith's words to heart more than theirs.
Right, I might quit teaching and start a business. Let's see who can earn more in the future.
That was Mrs. Smith's suggestion. Even though I thought it was foolish, my heart felt the clearest it ever had. Starting a business, huh? Even after returning home, I kept pondering Mrs. Smith's words. It's not that I don't want to study. However, I can think of a reason why I must continue studying. I felt more suited to having a rival and striving together, as Mrs. Smith suggested, rather than studying aimlessly. If I tell it as it is, my parents would surely oppose it. My parents won't understand me. Therefore, I didn't tell my parents and instead wrote employment on the school's career preference survey. And to be prepared for any probing from my homeroom teacher or parents, I decided to look for companies that hire high school graduates.
Why not start a business?
Mrs. Smith made it sound trivial, but I thought I should first experience society. My homeroom teacher reacted just as I expected upon seeing my survey.
There's a limit to what companies will hire a high school graduate.
But that's my preference. The homeroom teacher clearly looked down on me. Then, the homeroom teacher called my parents to the school.
What are you thinking, you shameless fool?
I can't believe you are this foolish.
I thought you were a troublemaker, but I didn't realize you were so thoughtless.
I was subjected to what could be taken as verbal abuse from my parents and my homeroom teacher, but out of defiance, I vowed to work and succeed just to prove them wrong. It's my life. I'll do what I want. In the end, I didn't back down and got a job right after graduating high school. Then, I moved out and started living on my own. After that, I never saw my parents again, nor did I feel the desire to. I feel kind of liberated. I didn't feel lonely at all.
You really took that step. Maybe I should too.
Mrs. Smith said that to me when I was graduating. After that, I worked desperately. Even though it was my choice, I felt somewhat inferior for only having a high school diploma. In an era where a university degree is the norm, being a high school graduate was something that attracted attention, for better or worse. Why didn't you go to university or vocational school? My colleague would ask me that. In response, I always gave vague answers. People around me speculated. He must come from a poor family that needed him to work immediately, and they sympathized with me based on their assumptions. I dislike being pitied or favored by those around me. Let's just focus on the work. If I could produce results at work, I believe that others would recognize me as a competent individual. With that thought, I decided to give my all. Before I knew it, 10 years had passed since I joined the company. Now, hardly any employees look at me with pity.
Kenny, you're always working hard, I see.
You're really reliable.
Thank you. From my early days, working hard and taking the initiative in tasks gained me support from my colleagues. My 10 years of diligent work were recognized not only within the company, but also by our business partners.
It was right to trust Kenny. Working with you is reassuring.
I received praise as well.
Kenny is quick and thorough with his work. It's a pleasure to work with him.
Especially Jessica, the sales manager from a partner company, praised me a lot. She seemed much more mature than me, but I couldn't quite believe the rumors that she was the same age as me. I'm honored to hear you say so much.